Hi Aries, welcome to your mid-November check-in and full moon in Taurus reading. So we've got the decks all ready to go, all shuffled very, very thoroughly. We've got the Moonology deck here. So I hope that you're doing well. And the info's in the description box if you want to book a personal reading or if you want to see the daily written tarot and oracle card readings that I've been doing. But we are going to get on with it. So let's see what comes up for you. Oh, by the way, the full moon is on Friday the 15th of November. That's at 9:28 p.m. in the UK. But what do we need to know for Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising for the full moon in Taurus and mid-November through to the end of November? So you've got, you are good enough, full moon in Virgo. And what do you need to release, waning moon? Well, the first thing I would say that you need to release based on the previous card, you are good enough, is if there's any doubt about your ability, you know, like say if you were going for a new job or even starting your own business or something, if there's any doubt that you're qualified or experienced enough or good enough, you are good enough basically. But let's see what else comes out. This can also apply to relationships as well. You know, if you have a relationship with someone and it leaves you feeling, it knocks your self-esteem, and your sense of self-worth. It can be just, what do you need to, you might need to release a person, to be frank, for someone with that energy. And obviously with Aries energy, we typically we think of Aries as being a trailblazer, confident, etc. But we're more than our sun sign, aren't we? We have a whole birth chart with a bunch of different stuff going on. And also we are human. So even the signs that seem the most powerful and confident, we all have our moments when our confidence gets knocked. So yes, for someone you may need to release an actual partner or a friend group or something, but yeah, those sometimes relationships can knock our confidence, and it's a need to release, if nothing else, to release the doubt and the belief, could be belief, that you're not good enough. So let's see what comes up. Well, you've got the King of Pentacles, who is good enough. He's always good enough. He has the skills, the ability, the resources to do anything, to build anything, to create anything. Adapt as well. Adaptability comes to mind. Right, you've got the Ace of Swords. And you have the Knight of Wands, who I'm sure doesn't doubt that they're good enough. And one more. We've got the Three of Swords. So that would be where you've either been hurt or your self-confidence or self-worth has been knocked in some way, shape or form. It can also be fear as well, actually, because you might need to release fear. That's another thing that comes in, because the Knight of Wands for me is often a fearless energy. So you may need to release fear. I'm getting that phrase with the Ace of Swords about the courage of your convictions. The Ace of Swords, it can be about clarity, but it can be about beliefs as well. I almost feel like somebody's having to stand up to someone, like at least one person as another message. Needing to stand up for someone with that, having the courage of your convictions. I don't know if there's an element of an authority figure here with that King. I mean, the King of Pentacles, it can be your energy telling you that you are good enough, but it could also be the energy of someone else who is an authority figure. That might be someone who makes you feel small, or it could be a boss. It doesn't have to be a man, by the way, it's just a masculine energy. It could be a boss, it could be a male family member, whether it's a father, uncle. Again, I'm saying it's not about the gender, but here I'm saying father, blah, blah, blah. But it's just that masculine energy in general. But it could be an authority figure that makes you feel, as I say, small. And with that Knight of Wands, like, because the Knight of Wands can be known to make rash decisions and to jump in head first and not think things through, to make you feel like your choices aren't valid or sensible, or I don't know, there's just a bit of a belittling type energy there. So that might be something. And it's not necessarily that you have to completely cut ties with that person, but that part of yourself that they trigger into feeling that there's something not right about what you're doing. Is there's a need to release that. So you might have to do a bit of a deep dive into if there's any kind of fears or doubts or whatever it is that impacts your self-worth, your self-esteem, your self-confidence. And this can be a common thing with parents and kids as well, can't it? Where you could have a perfectly good life where you're confident and you get on with everything in life. But if you've got a complicated relationship with a parent, it's like the parent can always bring you down. This is not for everyone, obviously. The parent has a way of bringing you down and belittling you and making you feel like, well, shit, nothing I ever do is right, is it? It could even be that you could have a parent who, or a person in your life who criticizes you a lot. It could be a literal narcissist, like somebody who would be diagnosed with narcissism. But there's a need to trust in yourself and your beliefs with the Ace of Swords, and to trust in who you are as well with the King of Pentacles as well. So I think that's it. I think I've said enough to make sense of the reading. I feel the need to say this for maybe just one person as well. Going back to the whole relationship thing. Yeah, again, someone here may need to see a partner clearly for what they are and who they are. So it could be that you want this person to have that King of Pentacles energy. Again, whether it's a man or a woman, doesn't matter. It's just the energy of someone stable, secure, committed. But maybe they are more of that Knight of Wands where they really can't commit. They might be selfish. They just can't give you what you need. And maybe for at least one person, there's a need to see the person very clearly for what they are. Clarity with the Ace of Swords, and realize that the cycle, I don't know why I feel the need to say cycle, but cycle of you being hurt with this person, yeah, there's probably never going to be an end to it. So yeah, I think I'll leave it there. I think that's everything. And even if it's not romantic, it could be, as I say, if you've got a person in your life who's constantly criticizing you, it may be them, that you want them to be that King of Pentacles, but they're just that Knight of Wands. Because the Knight of Wands, if it's Sagittarius energy, one part of Sagittarius energy is potential to be hot-headed. I think Aries may have that as well, but I know Sagittarius has that. And I can say this actually from personal experience of one specific Sagittarius in my life, is that they're a person with morals and standards and everything, and they can be a very kind person, but when they decide to criticize people, it makes people cry. Basically, it rips them to shreds. Yeah, it's not pleasant at all, and they're not even a horrible person, but it's just that when they open their mouth and that hothead comes in, Jesus, yeah, it's on fire. It sets everybody, and it's like a dragon. It sets everybody on fire. So that's really unpleasant. So I can't even imagine if that Sagittarius energy of someone who's actually a decent person being hot-headed. I can't imagine the Sagittarius like kicking off if they're actually a horrible person. So yeah, that's your reading. I'll leave it there. I've talked enough. Again, info's in the description box if you want a personal reading or if you want to see the daily written tarot and oracle card readings. I'll be back the day after Pluto goes into Aquarius, so it's going to be, I think, the 20th of November. I'll do short readings then, because I'm obsessed with that energy and how things are going to change. And yeah, that's it. So until I see you again,